since we're already in the mechanics discussion, I might as well just start the recording. Hi, this is session 6, if I counted correctly, of Apocalypse Keys, and we are today doing the last bit of Laura Francis's adventure till we have faces, and then we will do a little downtime with Division and maybe set up the next mystery, which will be announced later because I just don't have it open right now. And we were talking about which moves to take, and we have 2 conditions that trigger right now. One is the at the beginning of the session condition of Lady Baptiste's move, and we have Dark Puppet Strings. The darkness wants to be molded by you and yearns for your control. This is Rhydian, not Lady Baptiste. When you take this move, create a puppet made from the dark and twisted thoughts you have collected from others over the years. Describe 2 emotions it can feel and understand. When you seek to command your puppet, mark 1 ruin and choose 1. Either it protects you or someone else important to you, or it creates a cunning diversion, or it passes itself off as someone or something else for a time, or it mirrors 1 power of darkness from another PC, immediately using it to great effect. Once the task is completed, the puppet wishes to escape into the land of dreams. Choose. Either allow it to escape, knowing that it will create others like itself and infect more dreams, or mark 1 ruin to leash it to you. For now, it will await your next command. The first time you do this, name it. It will see you as its parent. So the choice after every use basically is to create a new monster. That works like an infection, so it will, I think, sooner or later turn into a harbinger, just as a matter of scale, or pay another ruin. Cool. That's an interesting decision to make. And with that, hi, I'm Dominic. I'm the GM for today, as always, and I'm here with Lady Baptiste, played by Shane. Shane, how are you doing this evening in Australia?
Very good, thank you.
Okay. And with Sina, who's playing Rhydian, the Hound. How are you doing this morning?
Thank you. A bit sleepy, but yeah.
Today we're going underground. Yeah. Lady Baptiste, please tell me what kinds of dreams you have.
Well, I think I've been having, I don't know, I guess my dreams have been invaded by strange flowers and plants and growths and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to have my regular nice, Lady Baptiste normally dreams about having a body. It's been a long time, but she does remember in dreams. But lately, that satisfying, pleasant feeling of embodiment and nostalgia has been corrupted by these twisting roots and tendrils and vines.
Okay, then please spend darkness tokens and roll, and then we see what happens.
Don't have heaps of darkness tokens, so I guess I'm going to roll just with... Okay, might as well give 2. Oh, that is a 4 altogether. So
okay, on a 7-, you dream of a broken future that was erased from the timeline by a future that no longer exists. The keeper describes the dream and the harrowing future. A part of that future will become real and infect this reality. Pooh, that's an interesting prompt. So you said you dream of flowers and you dream of having a body. And I think you've been the last adventure or the last mystery basically took place over the course of, I think, a night. So you probably are quite tired and have like a little, I don't know, minute nap, not a full night of sleep. I'm not sure you need that anyway. But in one of these moments where you drift off, you have visions of a world covered in the dried husks of flowers. Not even flowers. Flowers were an in-between state. Now it's a dead world. The flowers have taken up whatever substrate they could and have died themselves. And to your specifically attuned senses, the world also is devoid of spirits, of ghosts. It's a dead world in any sense of the world. And it's so dead as you walk through the crumbling streets of what used to be Barcelona and you look for death. You can't even find death. Not in the streets, not in the reflections that are left. Because in a very real sense, even death died. And you start up, you startle, wake up again from your minute sleep. And this last bit is what comes over into this reality, is that your connection to death seems diminished. I'm not going to say that she's all gone yet, but hard to find and hard to reach, which leaves an empty space that you maybe not necessarily would have expected to hurt that much.
Yeah, I mean, I never expected that, of all the things that I thought I could count on, no matter how many centuries go by, death was the one thing that I was sure of. So I think it is she is quite shaken by that.
How does it make you feel? I'm looking at your conditions, of course.
Well, I'm looking at my darkness tokens, which I need to refresh. So I think I react with cold reason and logic. It is simply impossible that death is gone. Death can never be gone. I'm just pulling myself together. I am certain that death continues to exist. There's no way that couldn't be the case. I just push my emotions away once more.
And what do you think, which condition fits that of the ones that are not ticked yet?
No, I mean, maybe distracted is the closest. Like she has this other thing that she needs to think about now.
Yeah, that sounds fair. Okay. So, and with that, unless there's anything else you want to do first, descend into the catacombs under the cathedral. Just before you leave, is there anything you want to do preparation-wise? I'm thinking particularly of summoning allies like Augustina or the flaming ice leather jacket guy from the bar.
I don't think we could call him an ally after I didn't treat him the best.
Well, he's very interesting to me.
Yeah, he's not an ally of Lady Baptiste, but Rhydian has a bond with him. Or do you just want to descend and hope for the best? Also, what is your impulse for this session before we forget?
Could we also just revise what our theory was or what we figured out is going on?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Maybe I don't have the greatest recollection of right now.
Let me see what I have.
I had adjusted my impulse already and made it, did you have an intimate or harrowing moment with death? Which seems precarious now that death is not with me.
In a way, it already happened, right? That sounded quite harrowing. Okay, so this is what I have in my my notes. Is you connected the floral clues to the death of the students who knew too much. You identified Father Morata as the Harbinger, a former exorcist seeking power to destroy all spirits. You determined the dwarf power was hidden in the catacombs, linked to ancient exorcist knowledge. You theorized that Morata bargained with Oberyn for floral magic but lost control. You connected the Church of the Broken Crucifix to the corruption of the Returners program. And you successfully unlocked the mystery but discovered that you were a bit too late. And the story that you came to was that Morata is an exorcist, and his plan is to rid the world of ghosts and spirits. And to do that, he has finally succeeded in what all his predecessors had failed at, and that is opening that dwarf power that is hidden under the basilica. And the way he managed to do that was by enlisting Lord Oberyn and using his magic to give his own efforts the needed oomph. And the returners are tied in that they are the human sacrifices he made to open that door, figuring that they might be entrusted to his service and to his care, but they are a small price to pay for ridding the world of monsters and ghosts. What else?
All right. I think that has reminded me. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Rhydian.
That as well, the mural board, because I can't seem to be picking it up right now.
All right, we had the mirror board. That's why nothing is on the character keeper. I have it. Ha!
Fantastic.
So let me share my screen for you. There we are.
Oh, here we go. I found the link in the older.
Oh, yes, true. I could just share the link instead of
in our text. But why would I be view only? That makes no sense.
I don't know. Maybe because I was still in, and now it made me the leader.
Well,
I don't know.
anyway.
Doesn't matter. But that. Sorry.
It is what it is.
Yes. Oh yeah, and you tied the pill bottles with a ditcher flower seeds to the returners. I don't remember what your theory was there. I remember what my theory was, but I'm not sure that it was the same that you had.
I think it was about the drug itself, being I don't know. Oh gosh, this is a good question. I think that it was about basically overuse of the drug having something to do with the returners becoming more, I don't know, susceptible to whatever Father Morata is doing. But that's in the vaguest terms is what I can remember.
If I remember correctly, we talked about how the returners used the pills or the flower seeds to deal with their own PTSD symptoms, and that not everybody obviously reacts the same way to them, and those who came back more or less unchanged mortals, like physically unchanged or metaphysically unchanged mortals, were the ones who succumbed to the pills or to the flower seeds and turned into flowers, and those who were a bit stronger, like Augustina or Lady Baptiste, had like violent dreams in the case of Augustina, or a mild buzz in the case of Lady Baptiste, but were otherwise unharmed. What else do we have? Then we had the brochure of the Church of the Broken Crucifix, this outreach program that is an offshoot of the Returners program, that you tied to the Harbinger, but I don't remember how.
Oh, that it's a cover-up for
yeah,
Father Morata is actually doing.
And we have the mural / song lyrics about the communication of grief and myths, where we said that that was a dog whistle, basically, where students started to talk about what is happening in the church in a veiled manner. Okay, I think we got it. And with that, let's go. Let's go downstairs. Go in the basement.
So I do want to bring along, I believe that I summoned some harbingers who are still under my control. Is that right?
True. Yeah, the twin moons.
The twin moons. They've had their fun. Now it's time to get back to work and come down to the catacombs.
And they are associated with gravity and Starth, and darkness and void. What does it look like when they come down to the catacombs with you? You like two floating orbs, or is?
Yeah, good question. The twin moons, I think that they're quite hard to perceive because they look like the moon, like they look like the darkness of the moon, like the part of the moon that you can't see. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what's around the crescent,
Mm-hmm.
because they're darkness and void.
Mm-hmm.
They have a real presence, like you can feel them because their gravity is so strong.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And are you taking Augustina with you too, or is she staying?
I don't think this is any place for humans.
Okay. Then she will, because she's still with you, as you tell her that, of course, she'll understand, and more importantly, she'll follow your orders, but she'll say, please come back. I would really miss you if you stayed downstairs. I mean, the end of the world notwithstanding, I would miss you on a personal level.
We always come back. It's fine. I'm
Please
going
do.
to take a darkness token for asking someone to follow my instructions.
Oh, very good.
I don't think I'm going to take flaming eyes. I don't feel like that has been established enough. Also, it's not like he's giving me a phone number.
He did. He actually did.
No, he gave me his address on a little fucking old-fashioned piece of note card or something. So, he expects me to have some courier that I can just batch over to his home.
I thought it was a phone number, but okay. Well, they're not. And then you descend, and it's a descent in levels, right? You start out in Father Morata's office, and I will just say that he probably has a map that you find in his safe that describes the way to the Door of Power. And it goes through several levels. The entry is in the basement of the church, where I imagine it to be a hidden door behind an old wine casket, and from there you go further down. And the first level is these old bunkers from the Civil War. And Lady Baptiste, as you move down there with your connection to death and all that, what is it that tells you that something is not right down here? Something has disturbed the normal order of death.
Thinking about what Lady Baptiste perceives exactly. I was going to talk about smell, but I'm not sure that a cloud of vapor smells exactly.
Maybe in a metaphysical sense.
I think that normally there's not spirits exactly, but around the remains of the dead, there's a kind of presence that lingers, like the scraps of their soul that don't leave the body on death. And I should be feeling those around us, and they're not here.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And then you move deeper, and deeper down, there are old catacombs, old ruins from, let's say, maybe this like 15th, 16th century, and that was used as an aqueduct back then. And you follow this, and along this walkway or this tunnel, there are these flowers blooming everywhere, and they're coming from above, so you can kind of see the bottom layers of this root system that has started somewhere. And as you get closer, or it's probably not the bottom part, but as you get closer, this root system becomes stronger, more entwined, and comes crashing out of these first centuries. And as you go deeper, millennia old walls that have been there undisturbed for, as I said, centuries, for millennia. And now they lie in ruin. And eventually you come to a central pit, and you have 8 spokes, basically, that lead to this pit. And in the No, I'll let you describe that, Rhydian, because it kind of speaks to you. What do you think? What does that actual door look like? Being informed by really old magic. If Nia was still with us, it would be a question to Nia. But you are entwined in her mythos. And it has to do with maybe not Oberyn himself, but his people.
Oh,
What do you
great.
imagine that to look like?
I'm so bad at visual imagination, so thanks for that.
Sorry.
What does the portal look like to me? Okay,
Or
so
if visual imagination is not your thing, you can describe it in any other way that feels comfortable for you.
I think there is, well, as we saw where that these root systems have broken through these incredibly old walls. In one space, they've almost sort of created a very sort of organically shaped looking, how do you say that, round-ish structure, and we can sort of feel or hear almost a humming that is emanating from all of these roots, especially in that area, that it has become a lot stronger there.
That's beautiful.
And in that area, it almost seems like the wall, or what we are seeing in, as it were, is sort of wavering. The image is kind of like not quite stable. It's not like we can see like glimpses into another world. It's more that, just reality seems to not quite be certain of what it is or what it's depicting. So it's just a bit of a mess, and sort of, like when you were maybe in a similar way that if you've disturbed water, there's all of these ripples across the surface.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's as much as I can come up with.
That's amazing. And the vibration that you described is, of course, the same frequency as the seeds that you maybe still have in your pocket. Yes, very good. And in front of you there is a stone slab, and on that stone slab, let me just quickly see which returner we haven't met yet. There is, oh yeah, of course. There is a young person who is dressed in an kind of what's the word I'm looking for? In a hodgepodge of fashion, in the way somebody would dress who is not entirely sure how to dress and who they really are, and who kind of tries on all kinds of identity. And their body is covered with little buds, not quite bloomed yet, but on their way there. And the portal that you described, Rhydian, is starting to shine with an unearthly bright light as the flowers start to bloom. In front of it is Father Morata, and he himself also is not covered in flowers, but there are flowers growing out of his nostrils and the corner of his eyes, and his ears. And as he sees you, he speaks, and his speech is garbled as if his throat was full of flowers as well. And he says, "Oh, I think you're too late."
That's always been your problem, Father Morata. You're too pessimistic by far.
Does he sound to Rhydian, does he sound pleased with us being too late, or does he?
You get more a sense of relief, not pleasure. He doesn't seem to Oh, well, no, that is something for you to explore through your moves. But the superficial emotion that you get from him is relief, like he made it in time.
Like he made it in time. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to spend 1 ruin to use my move. You can't escape the truth. Which means I use the sharp edges of the truth as a weapon. For 1 ruin, I speak truth softly, and it hurts. So I'm going to say to him, "Your faith, you've never truly believed. Your faith has only ever been a cover for your own cowardice." And for the 1 ruin, he has to either give up something valuable in order to stay and fight, or preserve his own safety by fleeing or surrendering.
Mm-hmm. I think the valuable that he will give up in order to stay and fight is that he will play a hand that he planned to play later. He will play it right away. And he looks at you and he says, I'm trying to do the throat full of flowers voice. And he says, you're in no position to judge me. I'm doing this for the good of everybody. Get them. And from the darkness behind you, 2 shapes emerge. One is the Hound, and the other one is Lord Oberyn. And Lord Oberyn, and that is something for Rhydian, Lord Oberyn seems torn in his emotions, between not really wanting to attack you, but also feeling compelled to. And he is still in this mid shape that you left him in. What do you do?
Trying to think.
And as you stand there, a bit surprised, apparently, the door opens further, and you can see through the structure. You can see this blinding light clears up again. Clears up a little bit, and you can see a immaculately clean and white and impossibly large room on the other side of the door, and like white pus. There is blinding light seeping through the portal, like on the floor level. It's more liquid than in proton form.
I think I would like to create a puppet.
Yes. So what does your move tell us about that?
So you want me to read it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, dark puppet strings. The darkness wants to be molded by you and yearns for your control. When you take this move, create a puppet made from the dark and twisted thoughts you have collected from others over the years. Describe 2 emotions it can feel and understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, dark and twisted thoughts that I've collected from others over the years. Okay.
What other 2 emotions?
I don't know if. Is this an emotion? Is betrayal an emotion, or is it the feeling of betrayal? I guess is the question.
I'll leave that to you.
Maybe let's let's say is it? I don't know. Okay, let's say certainly rage and anger, and on the other hand we have utter loneliness as the 2 feelings, which I feel like they can also fit in with betrayal.
Okay, so anger and loneliness it is. Loneliness. I put it down on your sheet on the notes in line 66. Okay, so we have our emotions, anger and loneliness. Now, when you seek to command your puppet, mark 1 rune and choose 1.
Yes. And I think, I don't know, I'm torn between it protects you or someone else important to you, and it creates a cunning diversion.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk it out, maybe? That's what I always do when I can't decide.
Yes.
Just talk my way there.
So my thoughts are, right, like, so we're supposedly we're being attacked by this Hound and also Lord Oberyn, who seems to be torn, but I don't know, where that where the dice will fall on that on that front at the moment. I don't feel we have time to have a heart-to-heart. So I'm thinking a cunning diversion would be something that, like, possibly, well, distracts their attention away from us completely by, I don't know, maybe making itself look like us, right? Something along those lines. Maybe I'm being very unoriginal currently.
Don't worry.
Or if it's about protecting, I would probably want to try and protect Lady Baptiste and try my fucking luck with Lord Oberyn. So I'm not sure. What do you feel like?
I prefer the protect part because I would know how to spin that.
Well, then let's go with that.
Okay, so can you describe to me, please, what that puppet looks like?
Goodness me.
Or again, like not to put you on the spot with visual descriptions, in any way you feel comfortable.
Well, first of all, let me mark one ruin, obviously. Yeah.
So, or I could do it for you if that would make you feel more comfortable.
I think this puppet, because it is also very good at passing itself off as other people, and because it's made from thoughts and feelings, like I don't think it has like a specific set form, right? I think it's like this whirling little mass of
limbs,
nondescript things. Like it could be a limb here or there, or it could be like a screaming face but in weird areas. But it's sort of like a bit of a, okay, this will sound comical, but I'm thinking of the Tasmanian devil from like Looney Tunes or whatever,
like constant swirl of motion.
Yeah. And then it only what's it called? Oh shit, what's the word? It only sort of becomes more stable in shape when it actually does my bidding, and it sort of embodies something that will maybe help along those lines. Does that make sense?
That totally makes sense. Okay, so then the situation is that they both step out of the shadows on each side of you, and Lord Oberyn, you get from him the sense of hesitation before he kind of solves the problem for himself by what might he do against somebody like Lady Baptiste? I wrote down moves for them a few sessions ago. Let's start with the Hound. The Hound has an easy time. The Hound just attacks you. It just leaps onto you. And Lord Oberyn does something a bit more elaborated. Because what he does is that he has this cape of leaves and twigs, and he throws it back and just shines the room that you're in the golden light of His Majesty, and just really, puts the shine on. If you weren't already distracted, Lady Baptiste, I would say you're distracted now, but you are. But I will leave it to you which of your two remaining conditions you want to check and what that means for you when he just bears all his splendor in a way that makes everybody in the room feel his supernatural, the awe of his supernatural form.
Well, of course I feel vicious right now. I'm just here to destroy.
Yeah, that fucker. Okay. So what do you two do? Keep in mind, I can't really act proactively by the rules of the game. I'm just doing moves in reaction to you failing, unless I want to pull out a keeper move like I just did. But
so did you say who is attacked by the Hound?
Oh, sorry. I totally forgot that you did the protecting Lady Baptiste thing. No, then let's retract that. And Lady Baptiste also doesn't really have to. You don't have to mark the thing if you don't want to. No, he tries that, and your puppet just grows into a big shape that envelops Oberyn. So this splendor move that he does just doesn't come out. It's like you have this black shape of limbs and mouths and eyes and like tufts of hair, and that's like wobbling in like around Oberyn, and then there is this golden light shining out through the cracks here and there, but to no real effect. And this is how it protects you, which does not protect you from the Hound attacking you. The Hound just pounces on you, Rhydian.
Okay. It's the Hound. First of all, I'm sorry. Didn't we drop that into a fucking black hole?
Yeah, you did.
Fuck's sake. I'm wondering
with the twin moons after this about where you're supposed to take care of this guy.
I think the twin moons held it there like by sheer gravity, but it's a harbinger in itself, a weak harbinger, but still a harbinger. So as soon as they were distracted, the Hound just reformed.
I'm wondering if I can use my creature affinity while it is pouncing on me.
Absolutely, that's what it's for. It sounds like a textbook use of that power to me. And the way you would do it is with either Unleash the Dark or Power Through Darkness, depending on how hard you want to go.
Good question. I think I'm going to go with Unleash the Dark. It doesn't...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. What? I don't know. Wait.
So let me just give you a little insight in the mechanical part of it. Usually, conditions work like hit points, and the Hound obviously also has conditions, a set of conditions, and once you forced it to mark all its conditions, it will not die because all of you are at a level where you don't just die, but it will cease being a problem right now, and that would be something that you can do with Unleash the Dark, where you have the move get past the defenses and inflict a condition. Power Through Darkness doesn't really do that, but there is this change in the situation before you move. And I think when you use the Twin Moons to pin it to the ground, that was a Power Through Darkness move. Or if it wasn't, it could have been. Like this where you don't really defeat the Hound, but you change the situation so much that you could also, I don't know, conceivably do stuff that changes the situation, in whatever way. I don't know what you have planned.
I think I'm going to go with Unleash the Dark, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know.
And the idea of Power Through Darkness is always that you really go above your limits. That is basically the idea. But Unleash the Dark is a perfectly fine choice. Yes.
I feel like, given that I have creature affinity, I don't think this is going beyond what I normally would do, apart from the fact that it's already pounced on me or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then spend darkness tokens and roll.
Right, I'm gonna spend 2, I guess.
Uh-huh.
That has worked so well in the past.
Yeah, I don't have the dice roll open myself.
That was actually decent. It's an 8.
An 8. Very nice. Let me just open the dice roller. Okay. So what does the move tell us on an 8? You wield the darkness with control and ease. Choose 2. Get past their defenses and inflict a condition. Get what you want from them. Avoid reprisals, harm, or cost. Gain the upper hand for now. Expose a weakness or flaw. Or confuse them for some time. Which 2 do you want to do? Being
Rhydian, I think they don't want to inflict a condition because I think they still feel some affinity to the Hound, right? So I think they would want to get what you want from them and avoid a reprisals, harm, or cost.
What is it you want from them?
I want them to, stop attacking me because I am their fucking oldest ally that helped them fucking escape in the first place. And to fucking realize this, that they are not acting in concordance with their usual, I don't know, self. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I mean?
Since you do have these passive powers of mind reading, I will tell you that you are not dealing with Nia. Nia is gone. It's just the Hound.
Yes, but the Hound was the Hound and me. We fucked off from Lord Oberyn, remember?
Okay, fine. Yeah, true. Oh, forgot about that. Yes, absolutely. That changes it a lot. Yes. Yeah. So, you. What does it look like as it pounces on you and you?
I think Rhydian will probably take that in their stride, as in sort of like, instead of being rigid, actually rolling with the Hound
very
across
cool.
the floor and sort of looking at it as if it's it's a person or whatever,
Yeah.
it's their old friend, their old mate that and kind of communicating that to the Hound via their sort of bond that they have with creatures, and maybe also specifically with the Hound, trying to sort of how do you say that, connect with those memories that they don't have very many of, but the sort of innate feeling of bondedness, and while they roll around on the floor trying not to get bitten, probably.
So yeah, that is the avoid reprisals bit. So what you want from them, if I understand that correctly, is that you want them to recognize you and recognize your past, your shared past.
Our bond, that what they are doing right now is completely opposed to our relationship.
Yep. So you Yeah, absolutely. So you roll with a punch, and you come to a head face to face, and the emotional signals you get from the Hound change drastically from the single-minded attack that it had on its mind before to a layered set of confusion. Like you get that it's utterly confused, but it's not just confused, it's confused about being confused. Because you just broke through some sort of conditioning. While all that happens... Huh?
Nothing.
Okay. While all that happens, what is Lady Baptiste doing?
Lady Baptiste just intends to take out the father. He's the core of this problem. Rhydian, I'm sure, can handle Oberyn and the Hound. So Lady Baptiste will try to talk the father down one time before she has to physically tear him apart. And she'll say, Father, I understand that priests fare poorly in hell. Surrender now before I send you there. And I am hoping to unleash the dark to enforce my will on him with my words.
Is that shadow magic or necromancy?
I mean, just words. Like, it says that you can use unleash the dark socially or emotionally. So that's my intention.
True. It's not tied to the. Just go ahead, do that.
If that doesn't work, shadow magic will be coming right out. All right, I'm just going all out because I want to take him down, so I'm going to add 4 darkness tokens.
Shit.
That's a 14.
That is impressive. On 11 plus, your control falters and you go too far. Choose one, but the keeper describes the unintended consequences. Okay, which one do you choose?
I will get past his defenses and inflict a condition.
Fair enough. Let me just quickly see which one. I think we'll just go with the first one that I noted down for him. And that is called Righteous Zeal. So you speak to him, and you have the sense that it only steals his resolve. Makes him maybe more easy to goad and to manipulate, but it did not have the effect of talking him down from the ledge. And the unintended consequence is that we see what moves that I wrote down for him. I know what. So you say, yeah, there's, like, if I may paraphrase, hell is not a great place for priests. And then he looks at you and makes this like all-encompassing gesture and says, "Don't you think we all are already in hell? Just look around. All that suffering, all that pain, and our living conditions being controlled by dim-witted fools with too much money and too much power. I intend to free us all." And we just quickly see what your darkness demands of you. Let me just pull the move I'm playing is make poison promises and inspire trust and loyalty, and I pull on to fall in love with the destroyer of worlds. And as he says that, it kind of in a twisted way seems to make sense. Not the part of freeing everybody, but I mean, what would be a greater freedom than the freedom from death and the freedom from suffering? There's something in there that kind of rings out to the flame at your core. He wants to consume the world in a not a similar way than you do, actually, if you think about it.
That's all very well and good, but I'm here to do my job, and my own personal feelings have nothing to do with it. I'm taking some darkness tokens for reacting with cold reason and logic.
Oh, great. Well done. Okay. You took all 4. That's fair. Okay, so what is Rhydian doing? Is sitting or like crouching? I imagine like this superhero pose in front of the Hound, and the Hound is like utterly confused, as I said.
To retcon, I would like to mark another ruin to keep the puppet tied to me for now.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that. True.
Sorry. And when I do this, it says, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I do this, I should name it. It will see me as its parent. And I'm naming the puppet Annie, as in ANI, which is a play on 2 things. One on Nia that I seem to have lost the connection to, and also, on any, as in anything.
Oh, cool.
Because it's so shapeable. That's my very stupid idea for
Yes, that's a great idea. And just because you mentioned Nia, you still have that bond with her, and you can totally still use it, even if Nia as a character is not in play anymore. But you still have your emotional bond to her, so it's not gone. Just so you know. What do you want to do now?
And then I think I have a feeling that this moment of confusion and being confused about confusion will not last. So I'm trying to reach out to the Hound a bit more on the basis of shared memories. And I feel like this connection, do I get to just reclaim a fragment of memory, or do I have to wait until you do?
No, you can just do that. I don't think the rules say like clearly either way, and I'm perfectly happy with you having that kind of ownership over your character.
So I think memory is fickle anyway, and ever since Oberyn told me that basically me and the Hound absconded from his court, I am connecting to the Hound with sort of, almost, how do you say this? This sounds a bit silly, but projecting this image of us, being in cahoots and being each other's sort of keeper, trying to escape these bonds with the Fae, and sort of in a way, communicating this very deep connection we have. And I don't know. I mean, I guess, I'm asking it to sort of remember that and, be like, open up to me in that way, in this way.
Very cool.
For which I will take some darkness tokens because I'm asking someone to open their emotions to me.
No, that's very cool. Are you doing reveal your heart, or are you doing you can't hide your heart from me, or neither, or both? No, not both. Neither.
I guess I think you can't hide your heart from me would be a useful one.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know. I was also considering where do you end, where do I begin? But actually, yeah.
That works too. That works too, absolutely.
No, I think we'll do you can't hide your heart from me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna spend darkness tokens and roll. I'm gonna spend 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that is an 8.
You sense more under the surface. Ask too.
Eh.
And I would just put out that one of the options is what don't you realize you know? Draw a line between a key and a facet of the mystery. Declare an irrevocable truth about the mystery. As with Shane's move earlier, obviously it doesn't make sense for a current mystery unless you can make it sense in some way. I mean, you could still declare an irrevocable truth about the current mystery that could change the current situation, conceivably. But if you can't think of anything there, I'm absolutely happy with you if you want to do that. Doing that for the upcoming next mystery already.
Okay.
That the Hound maybe knows something that you maybe know something that you don't know. You know.
No, I think I'm gonna ask, how can I make you trust me?
Hmm.
And what do you wish would happen?
That's two very good questions. Let's start with what do you wish would happen, because that is intimately tied to the other one. And what the Hound wishes to happen more than anything else is to go back to the way it was, to get rid of this sense of confusion it has been feeling since forever, really. And it wishes more than anything else for Lord Oberyn to trust it again. Or no, not Lord Oberyn. Let me quickly check for a different name that I keep forgetting because it's a Celtish name, and that is for Lord Gwyn ap Nudd, to trust it again and take it back, or take her back. It's a she, the Hound. Take her back into his service. And I'm not sure in the present moment whether or not you explicitly know that Gwyn is the same person as Lord Oberyn, but just by the way that the Hound looks at Lord Oberyn, you kind of get the sense that that is the case. Oh. And how can I make you trust me? So how can you make the Hound trust you?
Mm-hmm.
By, as I said, it's tied to the first answer. It does trust you instinctively and deeply. It just gets confused all the time, and it is receiving orders that go against that trust. So trust is not really the issue here.
Okay. Who's giving those orders? Okay, I don't know what to do with this right now, apart from thinking that Lord Oberyn doesn't seem to be the guy that usually would take orders from a dude like Father Morata, some fucking, pesky old little mortal.
Little old mortal.
Like, why should he care? So it feels like there's something, that might be some source of the confusion here.
Yeah. So then let me quickly do a little GM move, and the GM move that I'm doing is that Morata, and now the flowers have consumed the body, and that is in front of him, and this pus-like liquid light is seeping down the stone slab towards the gate, congealing with the light that has been seeping out of the gate. And there is as a wave of energy comes out of the gate And I will appeal to both of your darknesses and give you both a point of ruin. And in Lady Baptiste's case, it's again this sense of that he's not wrong. Like you want the same thing in the end. And in a way, he also does want to break the veil between the living and the dead, right? And for Rhydian, it's also what does the darkness demand of you in that he is for sure a harbinger of the apocalypse. And if there has, like, I'm not going so far to say like I'm controlling your emotions and movements here, but just for a second, as this ripples through you, you have this what feels like a moment of clarity in the moment. Of yeah, he's right. And his vision for the world is indeed a beautiful one. A world without suffering, a world without people being whisked away to other worlds and being forced into servitude. What's so wrong about that? And then that moment passes, and the post-thump clarity passes, and you are your own again. But this moment of ruin, of course, stays with you. Of this, what if the apocalypse is not the worst thing that could happen?
I'm not sure if this makes sense. I feel like this would trigger some sort of uncertainty in Rhydian, for which I will take some darkness tokens.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
I wonder if the way to get to I wonder if it's like killing two birds with one stone, which would be to try and absorb some of the power that Father Morata seems to be having over these people.
Very good.
That could also maybe help resolve some of the uncertainty that the Hound is feeling.
Absolutely. I will say this sounds like power through darkness to me, because there's a lot of power that we're talking about here. Sure. That will for sure bring you to your limits.
Sure, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that looks like in terms of
same thing. Spend darkness tokens and roll, and then we see what happens.
Oh yeah, I meant more in terms of narrative. I feel like because everything is so like abstract and not physical in Rhydian's playbook. It's like it's sort of like, okay, I hear uncertainty. Let me focus on this guy.
I mean, what I could imagine, just as a suggestion, is that this moment that this thump is rolling through you, you just kind of ride the wave. You hold on to that surge of power and try to harness it, try to mold it into something that you can work with.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I guess we're powering through darkness, right?
Yes, we are.
How many darkness tokens do we want to spend on this? Let's spend 2. I don't know if any of my decisions make any sense logically.
That's not the point of this game.
It is an 11.
11, okay. Do you want to spend a bond to bring that down to a 10? Maybe we read it first and then we decide. You are on the edge of disaster. Choose one. Mark a condition to exert better control of your powers, or let the keeper tell you how the situation is not under your control. Or, on a 10, you use your powers with great precision and effect, changing the situation before you. Additionally, the keeper may offer you a reprieve, a golden opportunity, or a bond with someone.
I wonder if I can spend a bond with...
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you can.
Lord Oberyn.
Oh, not what I expected, but absolutely.
Well, the other thought was with Nia.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But I don't know how that makes sense in terms of the situation at hand.
What I could imagine with Nia would be something like remembering a moment, like a similar moment where you were tempted with great power, and Nia kind of told you to hold on to your. I mean, I don't know about your humanity, but about your hold on to your mortality and to your sense of, resisting becoming the harbinger yourself, which might happen if you drink too deep from that well. that you are drinking from right now?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I think that also already makes sense with what happened in the past, just in this mystery, right? When I was
Yeah,
in control in the dorm rooms, etc.
absolutely. Where
So
Nia herself lost it. And also, I think what it also taps into is the situation with you and the Hound, right? So then we're back to use your powers with great precision and effect, changing the situation before you. Additional keeper may offer you a reprieve, a golden opportunity, or a bond with someone. Okay. So what did you intend to do it originally? You wanted to harness the power to do what?
to release, or like at least to control Oberyn and the Hound, rather than Father Morata,
Mm-hmm.
and basically to help resolve this uncertainty in the Hound, so he stops
Mm-hmm.
getting into my way, or she stops getting in my way.
Yeah.
And possibly close this fucking portal. Is this even possible? Well, I don't know.
Okay, so you harness that wave and or the thump, and as it brings you closer to ruin, you have this moment of it makes sense. And would that be so bad? A world without pain. And you remember your own pain. You remember inflicting pain as Lord Oberyn's. What did we call it? I say marshal because that's the first word that comes into my mind right now. And you also remember wielding much more power than you do now. And you take in even more power. You get a sense of a rhizome of blindingly white, hot energy coming out of the gate, flowing through Morata, flowing through all of you in this room, and flowing through the city. And you take it in. You take so much of it in. You might be a bit overwhelmed in the moment, but I'm sure Lady Baptiste notices that around her the vines and the flowers are wilting as Rhydian is just drinking greedily from that well of unbridled power. And what Lady Baptiste also notices, much more than Rhydian, who is in the throes of doing that, is that Lord Oberyn's, first of all, the puppet kind of also wilts a little bit, and is congealing to a hard shadow to Oberyn's feet. And Oberyn himself is changing a bit more in the direction that he had started changing 2 evenings ago, in that his antlers are receding, becoming more like less like a stag's antlers and more like thorns, maybe growing out of his skull, and his beard becomes even more scraggly and gray, and his whole physical stature becomes smaller, still wiry and muscular, but in a let's say more old-fashioned way, in the way of a antique deity of the earth and not of a Hollywood production. And as you come to your senses, Rhydian, you notice that the Hound's, let's call it by her name, Dormak. That Dormak's emotional landscape also has shifted, in that she is very relieved and happy to see her master again, the way she remembers him. And I will leave it to you what that does to your own memories of Oberyn, or as he was called when he looked like that. Write that down. As he was called when he looked like that, Gwyn Abnad. I think it's probably pronounced differently. And let me change your bond from Lord Oberyn to Gwyn. And as all of that falls in itself, Morata also stumbles a bit forward, in his otherworldly splendor sapped from him, and he looks like an old man. And I will also you weren't going for it, but I will also say that I mark his second condition as his but, and that is the golden opportunity. Is that the flowers were already sprouting out of his nose and his eyes and his ears, and conceivably other orifices. They grow, and his skin is starting to be covered with little nubs, little buds, and he breaks out in a coughing fit. And as he does so, a thick cloud of spores starts to fill up the room. And I will say that probably inflicts a condition on both of you. Like, I could see either vicious or obsessed in Lady Baptiste's case, or defensive or introspective. It's probably a bit of a reach. So let's say a condition or a ruin, your choice. A ruin would be that the spores enter your body and take root there. Condition would be that you find a way to avert that, but get a condition in the process.
I'm taking ruin.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, how is that a golden opportunity? Is my question.
The golden opportunity is that he just got his second condition.
Okay.
Just like that.
Yeah, I don't think the conditions make sense, to be, unless I'm like, I don't know, whipping up a fucking mask of some sort. Like, that I could be defensive. No, I think I will mark ruin. I think that makes more sense narratively. Also, because I'm over here like absorbing powers and spores. Apparently,
yes, it makes a lot of sense. But also, again, tickles the maybe the meet my cruel makeup bit of what the darkness demands of. Okay, what are you doing now? He looks very, very mortal again, and like there's not much left of him, but the portal is still growing and taking on energy. And now you feel, since you both took the ruin, you now also feel that it starts sapping energy out of you. Not much. You're Omen class monsters, after all. Not enough to warrant any mechanical effects, but enough to be noticeable in the narrative.
Well, I'm going to get extremely annoyed about that, and I'm going to command the Twin Moons to tear his arms off.
Just his arms?
We're starting with the arms.
Okay, is there any cost to that? I don't think so, right? You just control them.
Well,
No.
I'm not sure if this counts as unleashing the dark, but I can just, because I've already spent the 2 ruin, they're following my...
Mm-hmm. I mean, we can do let's do Unleash the Dark just for the chance of having fun narrative complications.
Cool. So both me as a player and Lady Baptiste as a character both just want to smash this guy at this point. Mm-hmm. So we're putting all our darkness tokens into everything that we do. So this will be another 6 plus 4.
So what happens on the 11 plus?
Well, I get to inflict a condition, so I'm fine with that. That's only a 7 with plus 4.
Okay, do you want to spend a bond?
Yeah. Let me just see what I got. So I think I'm going to spend my bond with the darkness, because he's been like...
Oh, very cool.
Like, I'm so conscious of how easy it would be to surrender to the darkness now and let him win.
But not like that.
Not like that. I'm the one who's going to end the world when it's time, not him. So that is my bond with the darkness.
Amazing. Very good. Yes. So, choose 2.
Well, I'm going to get past his defenses and inflict a condition.
Yes.
It's not clear from me from the wording. Can I just choose that one twice, or do I have to choose 2 different options? From
the wording, I would say it's 2 different ones. And also, let me give you a peek behind the curtain. He only has one condition left.
Oh, okay.
I had one about what Rhydian might do now, if there's anything left to take him from
He's
him.
just a middle class harbinger.
Well, in that case, I'm going to also get what I want from him, which is for him to realize that he should have for him to realize I was right and he was wrong.
Oh, okay. So his third condition is the despair of the shepherd. Please set that up for me, and then I will play off that.
Well, literally what I said, the twin moons are going to come and start tearing him bodily apart.
So I imagine, so if you look through the portal, you see this black disc shining on the other side of the portal, and just exerting gravitational force. And then in the darkness, it's not visible but very noticeable by also its gravitational pull. And they pull him, well, not in half, but they pull probably also a bit more than just. I mean, where's the weakest part of the? I think it's probably the first joint that rips first. Second joint rips second. Third joint rips third. And then there is just this pull on both sides of his body. And the twin moons are nothing if not mercurial, so they take their time with it. And he is caught in this gravitational pull from both sides. And he starts pleading with you, and he says, and it's hard to make out with his mouth being full of flowers. And I wasn't very comfortable doing the flower voice earlier, so I'll paraphrase it. What it comes down to is that he conveys that he realizes that he failed the returners, and that he was in this double bind, that he succeeded in doing what all his forebears tried to do for centuries. So he fulfilled this inherited task, but in doing that, he betrayed his chosen task. And that is what, on a metaphorical sense or on an emotional sense, breaks him, and in a playful twist of cruelty by the twin moons also physically breaks him, because this is the moment where his body just rips apart in half. Half of it being pulled into the portal, the other half pulled towards one of the walls, landing with a wet thud. Okay, so
Rhydian have been very overcome by their curiosity, and also gone and grabbed his head to try and absorb his memories and feelings in that moment, because
absolutely
of the power absorption thing. Sorry, that was the thing I wanted to not interrupt with.
Absolutely.
Which maybe just dries him out like a.
Yeah, that is cool.
As in, the powers being much stronger than they normally used to wield.
That is very cool.
Sorry.
Beep, 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 beep. Okay, yeah, that is very cool. I'm just wondering if I want to tie that to a move.
Cool.
So let me just take stock of the situation. Father Morata is a bit torn apart. Following that confrontation, Oberyn has found back to his old self and is decidedly not in a mood to attack you anymore. I mean, Rhydian, you do get a sense of jealousy and envy towards Lady Baptiste, but no animosity at all towards you. Same goes with a Hound. You still have the flowers blooming out of you, and you still have the portal active.
Mm-hmm.
So now there is, I think, a fitting move for your thing you want to do with the head. Again, would be either Unleash the Dark or Power Through Darkness. And with Power Through Darkness, I'm angling towards, again, like a golden opportunity that I could give you to destroy the portal. Or with Unleash the Dark, exposing a weakness or flaw, maybe. But that is for you to decide.
Okay. I just thought it was a narratively cool thing, but
It is narratively extremely cool.
I
But I
was
also
just
would like to give you some mechanical benefits for the narrative coolness.
I just meant that because I think Rhydian being overtaken by this power absorption, right? Being like, oh, because they're so curious,
Yes.
apart from the whole, trying to get behind the whole. Well, I guess the intricacies of how this is actually working and what is going on, right? What is this inherited task specifically, and all of that. So yeah, instead of the subtle, nuanced way of how they usually go about their business, because they have absorbed so much power, and they also maybe remember a time when they were much more powerful. They just go full throttle. If they're still shining, maybe if they're still sort of bright with some kind of power, they're grabbing his head, maybe his eyes.
Yes. Absolutely.
And trying to sort of suck through whatever is in there and absorbing it. And I think...
what?
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I need to quickly go to the door. If you want to make a roll, just go ahead and make it.
I think power through darkness makes more sense here than just because of the magnitude or something. So let's see. How many darkness tokens do I even have? Oh, enough. What makes wait, did I just spend 2 that I didn't eliminate earlier? No, I don't think so. Shane, narratively, I feel it makes sense that Rhydian would also be spending all 4.
Why not?
Only because of the whole having drunk from the well of power and all of that.
I mean, I think if the climactic scene of the mystery is not the time to spend as many tokens as you can harvest, then when is?
Yeah. Player me says this is probably overshooting the mark, but who gives a shit? Oh, it's not overshooting the mark at all.
Correct. Absolutely perfect.
Fantastic. Well, there we go. 0. This cat is really... No! Oh, laddie. No. This is better. Now you have to sit on my keyboard.
Okay, I apologize. What happened while I was gone?
I spent 4 darkness tokens and rolled an 8 in total.
Oh, sweet. For Unleash the Dark or for Power Through Darkness?
Power Through Darkness.
Okay, you use your powers with great precision and effect, changing the situation before you. I will go with changing the position, and additionally, the keeper may offer you a reprieve, a golden opportunity, or a bond with someone. Okay, so I know how to do the changing the situation. I will describe that first, and then we can decide together whether we want to have a golden opportunity or a bond. Okay, so you grab his head, suck in all the knowledge and memories of that man, and you get maybe we can do that in a sort of setting the scene questions, so that I'm not talking all the time. Shane, what do you think? What is Father Morata's most shameful memory from his childhood?
What
it would be in the 70s or 80s, I guess. He's in his 40s, 50s now.
He's just he's ashamed of his fear of the dark. His father keeps telling him that there's, that he should be a man, that he should, that there's nothing there, but he can't help it. He's still just scared of the darkness.
Oh, that is great. That is so great. And in that memory that you that you absorb, that ends with him being locked in the basement of his parents' house. You see from his position, from his point of view, him sitting in this half darkness, because the basement does have windows, and there is some being standing in the corner smiling at him, and that what he is actually afraid. What is his happiest memory from his childhood, Sina?
His happiest childhood memory is sitting with his mother while she is preparing food or
Mm.
making what's it called, like ironing clothes, and
Mm-hmm.
reading her stories.
Mm. And her stories are about what are they called? They were actually a clue. Um, the She tells him a story about. I just have to quickly find it. The word. There. The modas encantadas. It's basically a sort of, or a genre of um, Catalan ghost stories. Maybe an American relation to that would be the story of La Llorona. And it's these really old stories about mothers, the Moorish women. So it's from the time when Spain was under Muslim rule, and they usually go in that way too. That you have just quickly was not prepare that. See if we have an English version here. Is a supernatural being from the fairy tales of Portuguese and Galician folklore. Very beautiful and seductive. She lives under an imposed occult spell. Shapeshifters, the modas encantadas occupy liminal spaces and are builders with a stone of formidable strength. An enchanted moda would often appear singing and using a golden comb on her long hair, which is either golden or black, though in Galicia they are more commonly redheads. She promises to give treasures to whoever sets her free by breaking her spell. And that, of course, is also a motif that kind of ties into what he did here, right? This idea of setting the world free by breaking the spell of death. Okay. And what was a story of what was the one who got away, Shane, like from his early adulthood? A story of lost love.
Well, I guess this is what led him to the priesthood, right?
Mm-hmm.
The lost love. So he grew up in Spain in the 70s or 80s.
Mm-hmm. So in his early adulthood, we're probably in the 90s, late 90s.
Okay, well, I have no relevant cultural touchstones. So I guess it was just like before he entered the seminary, he was at university, and there was a very beautiful poet that he met there. They were both studying. Well, they were both studying. Sorry, I can't think what the like science of plants and flowers and stuff is called right now, but
Biology?
that's what they're studying,
Botany?
right? Yeah,
Botany.
botany. They're both studying botany from very different perspectives, where Morata was more interested in, almost humanistic qualities, the spiritual aspects of the flowers as they're expressed in their physical form, and this poet was more interested in their artistic and expressive qualities. And they
Very
fell in
cool.
love. Well, no, they didn't fall in love. That's the whole point. Sorry, I think I'm going for the romantic option. But the poet wasn't interested. Told the father that I don't know what the father couldn't. Yeah, the father wasn't bold enough to pursue the relationship,
Oh,
and it was
that's
grasp.
the most tragic part of the most tragic form of the one who got the one who was never approached.
Maybe
It's
it's
definitely
because
his
he's a
fault.
guy.
What?
Oh, I was assuming it was a guy.
All right, well, there we go. Well, maybe that's why he was too afraid to pursue it, right? It's the 90s. It's a fucking difficult time to be
Oh
gay.
yeah, absolutely. Sina, after he entered the seminar and kind of, I'm not sure if he built it by himself or if he overtook it from somebody else. But after he became the head of the Returners program, who was his first? What's the story of his first big failure? Maybe somebody he did fall in love with, but was of course too professional to act on it, and but fucked it up majorly in some other way, in the way that stayed with him and set him on the course which end we witnessed today.
Goodness me. Well, maybe the person he fell in love with once again reminded him of that poet back in the day, and maybe also remembered the how do you say, the vitriol that some other people were getting for being more openly gay, and which is what may have at the time stopped him from pursuing anything. And now, well, there's a whole host of other reasons to not act on these things. And maybe his overcorrection there was that he tried to sort of ignore or distance himself from this one person who, you know, like one of his charges, I guess.
Yeah.
To the extent that he missed out on signs that this returner was like struggling a lot more than he thought, and then that ended in, I don't know, his tragic demise one way or another. And that's how he got more involved, and that's how he started maybe dabbling in the seeds that, you know, could have helped, you know, but at the time, you know, he wasn't paying attention enough to see who needed more help, etc. Is that okay?
That's amazing. So from that I take two things. One is that this bright young man that he fell in love with one day maybe just disappeared into the catacombs and never came back. And he swore that that would never happen again. But of course it did happen again. You can't save everybody. But he tried, and every time he failed, his heart broke a bit more. And you also introduced the seeds. So that was also the time when he maybe first found the seeds, and through the seeds then found Lord Oberyn. Maybe he was looking for that young man, looking for weeks, looking for months, exploring the catacombs, and found the gate that you're now standing in front of, dedicated to this chthonic deity. Maybe not Gwyn himself, but some Catalan or Moorish version of that. And he also found the seeds, and he found that the seeds helped people until they didn't, until they overdosed. But he also found that the gate that he had found, that the gate reacted to that. So he kept it on the down low for a few years, you know, having mistakes, now and then, people disappearing, and the portal becoming more alive each time that happened. At the same time, and that is the last set the scene question for Shane, what made him fall in with the exorcists? Where did that story part come from?
Well, I want to tie it back because he believed that they could finally cure him of his fear of the dark.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Who else could help him attain mastery over the thing in the dark? The thing with this crooked smile. And he immersed himself in that work. And he found that the people who came before him in this part of the seminar's history that had been long forgotten at that point, that they had been working on this ritual that he then perfected with the magic he found in these seeds. And at some point along the line, Lord Oberyn appeared in his office, offering him an unlimited supply of the seeds, because the seeds had become sparse by them. He found an initial batch and he used it, and over time it dwindled, and then Oberyn came and offered as many as he could want. For no price at all, Oberyn said. Just use them. And this is when the first roots started to take hold. This is when the bodies started mounting or disappearing, as one would say. And after you took in all that information, Rhydian, the situation before you changes. The portal is still big and pulsating and spewing out this liquid light. But you now have a sense that you understand it. You maybe don't understand quite where it leads, with your mind still vibrating and humming with the after effects of what you just did. You think it leads to heaven, but you're not sure if that is a residual memory of the father or if it's your own memory. It might also be whatever it might be. But the golden opportunity or the bond, I'm wondering how to frame that. So I want to present you with a weighty choice between the golden opportunity and the bond. And it revolves around the idea that Gwyn is now able to take back the portal. The golden opportunity, the bond is something that gives you a mechanical benefit somewhere down the line, and it also suggests that you are on good terms with Gwyn. So I'm going to say the bond would be he overtakes it, and it will make him more powerful and send him along a path that might end with him becoming a harbinger further down the line. You don't get the bond. No, sorry. Exactly. You don't get the point. Sorry, let me sort my thoughts. So one path is the golden opportunity is the thing is shut down now. So, and Gwyn, that is, will maybe come back later. No, sorry, I did not prepare for that. Maybe you guys can weigh in. What would be the really tempting choice here, and what would that represent? And I'm thinking it being angled around the door just being shut down. No, that doesn't work. Never mind. I'm rambling. I would just say you get a bond with him. It doesn't work. So yeah, he is in his old form, and he steps to you and he says, "Oh yeah, no, that's how we do it." And you do meet your cruel maker finally. You think, based on all the memories you have recovered so far. I don't know. Maybe there are plot twists later. But he steps to you and says, "Oh, you did me a great service today. I don't know how to thank you." And he steps to the portal and he touches it, and this is the golden opportunity / reprieve here, and the vines that have been sprouting around the portal wither and die, and as they wither and die, the portal dies. And you know what? I will also give you the bond. Why not both? I'm the keeper. I can do whatever I want. And he steps to you and puts his hand on your head in like the way you would do it with a cat, and says, "Thank you so much. You freed me from this wretch, and you freed me in a way that is more profound than you can imagine." And he reaches into a leather bag he has on his belt and pulls out an acorn. And he gives you the acorn and says, "Plant this if you ever need me. And I will be close by." And then if you don't stop him, he and Dormac will just disappear into one of those tunnels.
I mean, I think Rhydian is very uncertain by, and sort of insecure by this response, because they were under the impression that they were working together one way or another. And so this is very confusing. So I'm taking some darkness tokens for that.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And Gwyn is in a like liminal state between being an ally for now, as evidenced by the two bonds, but also maybe becoming a harbinger later. We'll see.
I don't know if Lady Baptiste wants to do anything.
I just took some darkness tokens because Lady Baptiste is feeling ignored or unimportant.
Oh.
Cool. I think Rhydian is running after Gwyn because they are very much like, wait, what's happened? Like, trying to gain some knowledge about what was happening in the past, etc. I don't know if they can catch up with them or not.
Oh, absolutely. He's just walking in a like very relaxed manner. Do you want to play a move, or are you just asking?
Or just
Mm-hmm.
asking.
He says, people came and took away my land, and they changed what the people on my land believed, and that changed me. That changed my nature. They made me this travesty. They made me this theater trick. They took away all my power.
What? And that's the one who gave Father Morata the seeds, and not you.
In a way, the seeds were mine, but I wasn't acting on my own free will. I was. How do you say that? Is colonized the word? I think that's a word I heard.
What? Colonized? Is that what you said?
Yeah, my mind was not my own. My beliefs were not my own. My sense of self was warped.
So I ended up working for you after all this time.
Do you remember? Did I look like this when we worked together, or?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that must have been a long time ago then, because I have my sense of time does not quite match up with yours. But when last I was on my own soil, the world looked very different.
I think Rhydian continues to be confused and feels sort of a bit scared by what they may have done. I'm taking more darkness tokens for that.
Yeah, do that. Okay, very good.
Wait, if you have 5 darkness tokens, something happens, right?
When you have 5 darkness tokens at the end of a move.
Yes.
Then something happens.
So not quite yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it that happens though?
I think you're torn between.
Oh yeah, right. Torn between. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like basically I feel like Rhydian is very much like trying to gain some memories back, but also feeling quite frustrated and scared, as I said, by this whole line of the conversation.
Absolutely. So if you don't stop him, he will just move into the darkness. And he also seems that that's a sense that you get from him, that he is relieved of on the one hand, but also he's quite lost. Doesn't quite know what to do with himself now.
I think Rhydian will not be doing much else right now.
Mm.
I think they're very overwhelmed by this long history that they can't access.
Mm-hmm. Does Lady Baptiste want to do anything before we close out the scene?
Lady Baptiste will just light a cigarette and sort of bask in another successful operation.
Oh, sure. Okay, so this was not yet. There are 2 more things that I would like to do before we close out this mystery. One is that you both feel that a certain pressure lifts from you that has been there and has been intensifying throughout the evening as the twin moons disappear behind the door that they came from. They've had enough of playtime. So that happens, and the other thing that happens is that as Lady Baptiste is lighting her cigarette, death disappears. Not disappears. Death appears next to you. Probably happens while Rhydian and Gwyn are having their talk, and she is also smoking a cigarette because, of course, she is. She's death, and she says, "Oh, you didn't think I would ever say that to somebody who's not a cosmic principal, but you saved me there. That got really dangerous.
I will look at her very coldly and say, I never thought you would abandon me too.
No, I won't. I am the one constant in everybody's life. I do not abandon. I always come for you guys, sooner or later."
Gently caress her cheek.
Oh, you're a bit overeager, aren't you? Can't wait.
Can't wait. It's been many hundreds more years than I was expecting.
Oh, what is time?
You're always such a tease.
I mean, you know what you got to do, right? Give me the souls of your world, and I'll take yours.
When I'm good and ready.
Yes, count on it. And you had already marked your intimate or harrowing moment with death, but if you hadn't, this would be it.
Rhydian will
Okay.
come back and bum a cigarette from you because they definitely need one. Completely,
Yeah.
ignorant of what's just gone down between you and Lady Death.
Sorry.
Are you feeling okay, Rhydian?
Okay, as you could in the light of things. I don't know what just happened or what I've done, but I guess we'll destroy that bridge when we come to it.
Well, you saved the world. What else really matters?
True, I guess. For now.
It's only ever for now.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Drink?
Of course.
As you sit in the bar that you've been earlier this evening, now it's the late hours of the night, the early hours of the morning. You sit there, and in the TV that is in the corner of the room, there is, the sound is turned to mute, but you see the chyron of a newscast, just like the morning news, I guess. And they talk about a murder spree, or not murder spree, no, that is not clear, but a series of unexplained death in the homeless community of Albuquerque, New Mexico, where people are being found with water in their lungs, far away from any bodies of water. And with what you just experienced with the Moras Encantadas, of course, the leap to La Llorona is not far, Rhydian. And that will be the next mystery. Weep Your Hands Clean by Derek Ross from the core book. And that closes out tonight's adventure, or the first mystery. Let's go to your impulses. Lady Baptiste did have an intimate moment with death, also a harrowing one, but you only get 1 XP or ruin. Which one will it be?
Take a ruin. Intimate and harrowing.
And did you express your monstrous nature and or express your humanity?
Did I? Yeah. My monstrous nature? Yeah, I would say so. I did have someone torn apart.
Very true. Very, very true. And also, I would argue that there was something monstrous and or very human in the pettiness with which you insisted on having the apocalypse in your own under your own conditions. Did you learn something significant about yourself and or your impending ruin?
I mean, I feel like I did learn something about my impending ruin. The way that the darkness called to me.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Did you learn something significant about a fellow monster?
I'm thinking about whether Lady Baptiste absorbed anything about what was going on for you with, Oberyn or Rhydian or Win. But I had the condition distracted, so I think that I just was not paying attention. So I'm going to say no, I did not.
Fair enough. And
I didn't uncover any keys of the apocalypse or attempt to unlock Doom's door.
Technically, you didn't, no.
Well, then I'm going to fill my ruin track.
Fantastic. Okay. Oh yeah, we unlocked Doom's door last time, right?
You're right, you did.
Great.
And I will say that I pointed out at least 2 times that I remember that I'm very willing to give you keys for the next mystery. You didn't want them.
Well, if I'd rolled above a 7 on my Dream Future Review protocols, I would have had a key.
Yeah. Okay, and the Found, Rhydian. Did you reclaim a fragment of your memory?
Yes.
I would say so too. Not that it matters what I say, but yes.
I'm going to mark a ruin because of the last question later on.
Mm-hmm. I just gotta quickly get up. Something weird happened on my front door. I'll be back in a minute.
Right. Oh, by the way, I was thinking of you, Shane, the last 2 days because I've been listening to a podcast about the mushroom case, and because it had, I don't know if you've heard of it, but because
Oh
I
my
had
God,
not,
yes.
yeah, I thought so, because I had not listened to any Australian voices but yours in so long. I kept thinking of Lady Baptiste when I heard these reporters. Like, this is very incongruent.
Did you express your monstrous nature and or express your humanity?
I would say so, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not to test you, but just to give you an opportunity to talk about your character. Is there a moment that comes to mind?
Well, I would say absorbing Father Morata's power and then subsequently really going balls to the wall with sucking all of the memories
That
out
was
of him.
properly monstrous.
I think that was yeah.
And also very human in its greediness. Did you learn something significant about yourself and or your impending ruin?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, basically the whole meeting my cruel maker possibly, and feeling very tempted by Morata's idea for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you learn something significant about a fellow monster?
Did I? I don't think so. I don't think we had a lot of time to learn anything about each other. We were pretty preoccupied.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And yeah, same thing with you with a ruin for not.
Exactly. So I'm also filling my ruin track.
But it, like I will say that you are very free to do that, but I will leave it to you because I feel like we're purposefully misinterpreting a gap in the rules here, because I think this thing is meant to keep you active and not let you grow complacent. And you kind of totally did the entire day session what this thing is meant to prompt you to do. So if you don't want the ruin, you don't have to take it. But since you are ruin hogs, feel free. By the text of the rules, you deserved it. Although I don't think by the spirit of them.
No, but I'm happy to take another ruin move or advances of some kind.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Stars and wishes. My star for both of you for this thing with Father Morata's story, like that, the way your contribution and also the way you tied it back and also made it into a very whole and consistent thing really served to humanize him and also give me an idea of who he is in a way that I didn't have it before. And none of that could have happened if Rhydian had decided to eat his brains. So there was just really, really good playing, but also playing. Like good role play, but also good rules play on both your parts there. And I don't have any particular wishes.
My star is I'm annoyed because I remember clearly early in the session, Rhydian doing something really cool and me thinking, oh, I should write this down for stars and wishes. And I didn't write it down and I have no idea what it was.
The classic.
My other star is that it was just cool to have a big fight scene.
Mm.
And it played out really fun.
I was also happy with how that worked in the rule system of Apocalypse Keys. First time I did that as a GM, and it worked like a charm. And that is absolutely Ray's well, how do you say verdienst in English? To Ray's credit, much more than mine.
Okay, that's what you mean. Okay. My star, I don't know, I really enjoyed just the whole scene of, I don't know. the big fight, basically, just the climax of the whole thing, and really enjoyed the collaborative storytelling with all of the prompts, the scene setting. That was really fun. I just felt like maybe I took a lot of time like in the spotlight. That wasn't really always my intention, but I guess that I don't know, is that a wish of not being so much of a hog? I don't know.
Yeah, that is actually something, like I'm not worried about you being a hog, but something that I did want to check in with Shane. Do you feel like you get enough spotlight because you were a bit more reserved today, and I wasn't sure if that was by choice. I felt it was, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I felt good. I had my plan for 3 things that I was going to do to destroy the father, and I got to do all 3 of them, so I felt good about it.
Okay, good. And then if we don't have any more wishes or stars, I would like to quickly do a little bit of housekeeping. So, Shane, you are not with us next week. So, Sina, we are going to do a solo. Last time we did a solo, Shane and we played for an hour. That was mainly because I was sick, though. But I felt like an hour is also or maybe 90 minutes is a good length for a solo, but we can also go 3 hours. We can take it wherever it leads us and what we feel like next week.
Yeah,
and maybe start with a little downtime in Division, and then start with the next mystery. And then on a more general housekeeping level, we have, let me just count, counting next week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more sessions in the calendar. And given that we needed 4 sessions for the last mystery, we're going to be able to put 1, maybe 2 more in there. I had many more than that on my docket. I would just like to check in, and you don't need to give me a definitive answer right now, but just how you feel about maybe extending the run, because I'm having a lot of fun. I would be very open to doing that. But I feel it's maybe a good idea to talk about that early before you take on other commitments and then are not available anymore. So the run as it is planned now is until the end of October, and I would be very happy to extend it if you feel like that.
Do you have a specific number of sessions in mind to extend it by?
I can't tell you in terms of sessions because that's very malleable. But so let me just count how many mysteries I have. So we just played through the first one. Then the next one I planned to do was Weep Your Hands Clean. I guess that will be about as long as the last one because it's complexity 6. Then I kind of plan to do the Manangal Murders because that is thematically fits very nicely with Weep Your Hands Clean. It's another 6er. So I already see that I really can't ask you to do all of it with me, or I have to cut a little bit. All the Bells on Earth is also in there, but maybe I'll cut that one. And then the next one I had planned was Buried in Ice. That is complexity 10. Shit. But that is about climate change and stuff. So I kind of want to do that. And then I think then we're at the last one, The Company of Gentry by Kieran Gillen's, also a 10er. So planned, or my wish would be 4 more mysteries after today. And both are about this length or longer. So to answer the question in sessions, we took 5 for, this was a complexity 6, I think, right? Yeah. So that would be 10. Well, those probably looking at 20 more sessions. So basically another quarter after this quarter, a halfie.
I got to think about it and check my schedule and stuff.
Absolutely, do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just so you know, that was what I was kind of wishing for, and of course, as always, time just ran away. Yeah. I thought we would get through a complexity 6 mystery in 2 sessions. We didn't.
I mean, so I think I would definitely be happy to extend it one way or another. I just don't know exactly about the length. So I guess that's more of more details to be figured out.
And
But
obviously we can keep checking in after each mystery. Right?
Yeah, but also I think we like, well, at least the optimist in me thinks that maybe we'll also be slightly faster at doing certain things than we were now in the beginning because of well, creating characters, but also because of the whole, well, at least certainly on my part, is still not quite understanding all of the mechanics and don't, being a bit slower. And I feel like that will hopefully, pick up the pace over time. I feel like it has already slightly. Maybe
But
I'm just.
I also never felt that the mechanical part was the quote unquote problem. Like, I don't think we have a problem. That is the first caveat. I don't think it's bad that we took so long. We took so long because I had to skip one session. And we took so long because we just enjoyed it and took our time, which is always good. We didn't take so long because we spent hours upon hours checking rules, like we would in certain other games. So I don't know if we're going to become much quicker in the way we play. The question is just, is it worth the real life time investment? To me, as of now, totally is, because I'm looking forward to Apocalypse Keys every week. And I think I said that before, right? That this is the first game in my active memory where I don't have any stage fright before we start, and I'm just really looking forward to it each week. So there's that.
Fun times. Yeah, yes. I also look forward to it every week. So
yeah. Okay. So the information that I wanted to convey is that we are. I have more material than now. We can talk maybe after the next mystery, if and for how long we want to extend it. Does that sound fair?
Sounds good.
Okay, then see you next week, Sina, and you in 2 weeks, Shane. Okay, bye.
See you later.
Bye.